Hello, my souls, and welcome back to Atlas Fallen, Rain of Sand. Brain died. Hmm. Hmm. Also, hello, Jackie. Hmm. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Aiden. Hello, Yuki. Hello, Robert. Woo. It's good to see you guys. Woo. It's not good to see flies trying to get to my food. Apparently I have a hole in my lip because I can't stop, I mean, okay. First question, though. Hey, Jackie, have you gotten your most recent bit of homework done? Why are you trying to open up the truck? And how are you trying to open up the truck? Put batteries in, or? Hmm. How the hell did he break a brand new toy?
Children are capable of destruction.
I'm well aware. Most kids will wait until like day 2 or 3 to break shit, though. Hmm.
For my 6th birthday party, I got a remote control Caterpillar
He
bulldozer.
dropped it from the window. That explains.
Yeah, I got like a Caterpillar remote control bulldozer, one of the corded ones. I put it on the toilet seat and drove it into the toilet the same day.
Jesus.
My birthday party. While my cousins watched. And for the homework question, am I allowed to work on it while I hang out?
Yes, but only if you get it done.
Well, it's a video game, so I might not get it done, but...
At least get enough of it done that it's, a thing. Also,
yeah.
It dawns on me, I completely forgot to get a drink. So I'll be right back.
Alright.
By the way, hey, Jackie.
Yeah.
You can still hear.
Okay. How's everyone doing tonight? Besides, the monster breaking his brand new toy. Oh. Oh. Aiden said it was onto the floor, not outside. Oh. Okay. High rise, I'm assuming. Hmm. My mom, my stepdad, and I, we used to live in a high rise that was like 10 stories. I once like there was a hole in the screen, so I like pushed a Nerf bullet out the window and I watched it just... Yeah, I would do that with a bunch of small stuff.
I have returned. Yes, I know. I didn't fucking turn the microphone off. Okay, I got myself my drink. I'm gonna move this. That's an extra cup. Put that in the dishwasher later tonight. Hello, Andy. Yum, nom, nom. Yeah. Huh. What am I gonna do for Halloween? Well, I mean, what do I do every year for Halloween?
I was going to look up your stream on YouTube, that way I could have it muted, and then whenever I needed to check on the stream, I would, just switch
That's
over.
kind of the way you're supposed to do it if you're on the stream. You're meant to be keeping an eye on the chat at very least.
Yeah, I have the chat on my phone. But one of the first recommendations that came up was fursuit cuddles.
The monster is asking to be a builder? Yeah, more than likely. Alright. Fast travel. I've found 4 out of 6 treasures in this area. Meaning there's 2 treasures left.
Did you end up finding those apples?
Yes, it did.
Hmm. We'll return in like 10 seconds. Was it 10 seconds?
What's up?
Was it 10 seconds?
What, 10 seconds?
Well, I said I'd be back in 10 seconds, and I came back. Was it 10 seconds?
That was less than 10 seconds.
Will you remember all the locations of the treasures?
I kind of jumped across my bed
Let us mark
and
some
grabbed
of
a
them
pair
on
of
our
pants
map.
so I can get my wallet out.
Oh, you can land down there, but you can't get back up, I don't think. Oh shit, fuckle. There's one. By the way, I am going to turn off my quest marker currently. Oh yeah, you know it's a really, really weird sensation and a really weird experience?
You do not want to forget the hidden treasures. Mark them on the map.
Apparently, my doctor tuned into one of these streams. Like my psychiatrist.
Oh no.
Because of that, I've now got a neurologist questioning if I'm autistic.
You suspect it before?
This forgotten realm calls to me.
Did you suspect it before?
I mean... It runs in my family on one side, so I never really... I never really assumed that it's impossible. And I mean, it would explain a absolute metric fuck ton of things.
Yeah.
But the fact that apparently one of my fucking doctors tuned in to my fucking streams. I mean, hey, Aiden. One of the things I don't consciously, I didn't consciously know I was doing, apparently I rock. A lot. Like, I wasn't fully aware that I do that. No, at least not until I talked to my doctor. And it was one of those things of... Yeah, that might be a sign of something!
Will you remember all the locations of the treasures? Let us mark some of them on our map.
Okay, there's only 3 more. Oh god, yeah, no, I fidget quite often. But apparently the, and again, I wasn't aware that it... Yeah. That's... Hold on. Ooh. Okay. So, you know I move position, I keep my legs moving, I tend to do things like, when I'm sitting, my feet will, like, be moving. But one of the other things I didn't notice I do, and apparently it's one of those things that I do when I'm stressed, is you'll see me, if I'm sitting like this, you'll see me do this occasionally. Apparently this is what they mean. Or if I'm hyper-focused, you see my head bobbing. And hey Aiden, I know you know I do this occasionally. Like, at random, I'll sit there and I'll fiddle with my thumb. Apparently all of those are symbols, or not symbols, they're signs of, not necessarily autism specifically, but, a couple of the different autism spectrum disorders. So, I've literally got doctors questioning now if I'm considered a high-functioning, autistic individual. And it would explain so fucking much. Especially if... especially about my childhood. Because remember, when I was younger, they didn't test kids for autism unless they were, like, straight up... things like severe autism or Down syndrome, or... They wouldn't check kids for issues like that, or disorders like that, unless they were obvious. So in other words, no worries, Aiden. But yeah, no, apparently I might be autistic, which given my entire family's history of it. I've got a niece and nephew who are both autistic. I've got 2 aunts and 1 uncle who are autistic. I've got a great-grandmother who is autistic. I have 3 cousins who are autistic. Like, it apparently runs in the family. So, fair warning, I might be diagnosed with autism at some point soon. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to do that whole fucking fight over again just because this fucking enemy decided it was gonna go out of bounds on its fucking own? What? The fuck, game? Okay, so that enemy straight up went fucking AWOL on its own, penalized me for it going too far away from its spawn point.
It's waking up from the matrix.
Those have a set time they have to stay. Those have a set timer! How are they fucking... Like, straight up, that attack has a set timer.
that wraith return to dust.
Fuck
Shatter
you,
it.
Wraith. Like, even y'all gotta admit that's some bullshit. The fact that it, penalized me for it going too far outside its area.
I think I have fucked up.
How so?
Okay, so you told me to drop my English class, right?
I told you if you didn't want to have to deal with that teacher, then yes, drop your English class. Why?
Well, it was one of the hardest classes, and I was failing every class because of the workload of every class. I chose 5 classes instead of like 2. So the rule at the place I'm staying for school is I had to drop 2 classes in order to continue staying there. That way I can actually get things done.
Okay.
Well, I dropped them.
So,
and
hold
I was
on.
told to do it to it.
They told you you had to drop classes so you wouldn't fail to them. Effectively.
Yep.
Hey, guess what? I'm assuming it was your mate's parents that said that?
Yeah, they were worried that I was gonna fail.
Cool. I have just gained so much fucking more respect for them. Because that means they are, in fact, looking out for you. And not just for, you know, their own kid.
I'm so relieved. I thought you were gonna be pissed at them.
Oh, hell no. I'm sorry. When it comes down to it, when it comes to academia, never bite off more than you can chew, and it's the mark of a good parent if they're willing to say, hey, take things at your own pace, do things as you need to be able to succeed, rather than have parents that are just like, no, you're taking the maximum number of classes, fuck you if you fail, you're out on your ass if you mess up one. And yes, I've seen both of those style of people.
Yeah, it was like, in order to stay there, I need to do that. I needed to reschedule my appointment with my psychiatrist, so make it sooner. That way I could get seen sooner. They also want me to apply for disability for some reason. Because they think I can't really live on my own.
Hey, Aiden, what's your, Nokia model? You're assuming you can't live on your own. Currently, I would say probably not. Having lived on my own, trust me, it's not an easy thing to do. And if you're scatterbrained, it makes it even fucking more difficult.
Yeah, I was planning on asking Joey to move in with me if I get a place.
I mean, yeah, it would make sense. But the question there is, are either of you capable of, like, the required balancing, things like, balancing budgets? Keeping an eye or keeping mindful of what day is when, what needs to be done when, that, things like scheduling. Those are things that are required to live pretty much without parental assistance.
We're both the most scatterbrained people on the planet.
So you're probably going to be in the same party as I am? Which... understand. And this actually kind of wraps a little bit into... I'm gonna do this. This also kind of wraps a little bit into, it doesn't by chance look like this, does it? Just a basic-ass Nokia? Or have that on the back? Or is it one of the bulkier ones with a trash camera? There's like the pinhole cameras on the back. And yeah, Dark and Aiden are the same person. They're using the same display picture. Wrapping back into the whole I might be autistic thing. If I am autistic, if I am on the spectrum, so is my mate. Or I believe he's on the spectrum. Uno momento, I want to look up whether or not what he's got is a spectrum disorder.
Who?
My mate, Avia. Yes, it is! So, he is on the spectrum as well. And it's almost like scatterbrained people, a lot of people who can't keep their head straight are apparently more prone to like being on the spectrum. In my case, if I am diagnosed at any point, that means that both me and my mate are. The difference there is, I'm scatterbrained as shit and he hyper-focuses.
I also have ADHD mixed in with the autism, so that's what makes me scatterbrained.
That's actually not just what makes you scatterbrained.
No?
It doesn't fucking help in any way, shape, or form. But it's not the whole reason why.
Yeah, I didn't get any of the gifts that come with autism. I got all the curses.
Understand? Neither gift nor curse. And what you're thinking of isn't technically autism, it's what's called savant syndrome. You mean you were talking about those kind of people that are like autistic but somehow super fucking like it's almost like they have a superpower for doing one specific thing.
Just the ones that are super creative, super smart.
Oof! Oh wait, hold on. I hope that isn't the one I think it is. Nokia C110. Okay. Nokia C210. Oof, you got the Walmart. Yeah, no, those aren't good. They're usually trash. But that's like they're usually trash when they come from the store. That's because they have a metric fuck ton of bloatware on them. I'll if you want, I can help you get rid of a lot of the bloatware. By the way, I gotta ask, what do you guys think of the new look? Like, I got a nice scruff here. But, like, I kept everything down here. Well, almost everything down here. I mean, Aiden, I've always looked homeless. Yeah.
You look kind of like the Big Lebowski.
I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or an insult.
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I just know it's Jeff Bridges, and I think Jeff Bridges is a national treasure.
Fucking Christ. Well, thank you.
:3.
I mean, I still don't think this would be, you know, the working man's look. However, I will say this. Makes doing what I am about to do much easier. Also make it. Hey guys.
There's a bit of a delay. Oh, it's not even live. I'm not even on the current live. Hold on. I keep pressing the live button and it just doesn't.
Oh, that was so much more than the...
Beard balm?
No, not so much beard balm. I forgot I could do that when I have a chin strap. Not beard balm, it's, beard and scruff cream.
Aiden, good luck breaking that phone. It's a Nokia.
I mean, Aiden, the downside to what you just said... Jackie's got a point. It's a Nokia. You're gonna need a sledgehammer to break that fucking thing. Or a belt sander, one of the two. And we're talking industrial belt sander, not like the fucking thing you can get for $180 at Home Depot. God. But, by the way, for those who wonder, if you see me in person, like, if you go to give me a hug, if you don't like the smell of eucalyptus, don't. Because, this, like, anytime I have facial hair, there is the scent of eucalyptus. The reason being is the stuff I have always used to keep this from getting, like, irritated and to keep shit like this from happening.
Is that a blister?
No, it's... I had to remove, effectively, a calcified hair. Like, a calcified ingrown hair from my face. So, you know how people who have beards, if they shave, like, people who've had a beard for a couple decades, when they shave, they'll have those, like, really wide open pores on their face?
I've never seen that.
You've never seen an old Marine shave.
Yeah,
Like,
I've
if
never
you
seen
ever
my
see...
Papa without a beard.
Hold on. Huh?
I've never seen my Papa without a beard. He was a Marine.
Enlarged pores from a beard. Image of enlarged pores on face. So, this right here is a good example of what I mean. If I can, for the brightness. That. Like, you see the splotches around. Like the pores are open, or look like the pores were open wide as hell.
I always thought those were acne scars.
Oh. They can be acne scars, but understand, one of the dangers of having a beard is occasionally one of the beard hairs won't come out. It'll stay under the skin, and it will effectively harden or calcify, or it'll amass more keratin. So what you wind up with is this, like, darkish thing under your skin that has to be actually removed, or it can abscess and it can actually do damage. If you can remove them, like, early and notice them early, fine, it comes off like a zip. If they get big, however, they effectively create a blood pocket after they're removed. And, like, if they get, like, too big after a certain point, you have to effectively surgically remove them. Well, I had to remove one recently. I didn't get the choice of the surgical, like, gentle surgical removal, because I went to go scratch my face, and my nail caught it, and half ripped it out. So, it left a nice big, like, thing that is now a mixture between a giant scab and a blood blister. And what that's going to be is an opened, like a very, very heavily opened pore that will never shrink back down. I mean, acne can do the same thing. Not saying it can't, but it's one of those... Same concept. It's the pore has been opened either too many times or way too far. It's usually what happens when something aggravates or infiltrates a pore. Oh god, yeah. Bled like crazy, too. One of the people that lives with me thought I had fucking sliced my face somehow. Aw, the cloaker died. Oh god! I almost didn't make that jump.
That would have been oof.
Oh, cool! I mean, that's good. That took a couple fucking years.
Will you remember all the locations of the treasures? Let us mark some of them on our map.
But yeah, 100% no doubt hurt like absolute fucking hell.
That's like those like ingrown hair slides that's on my inner thigh.
Oof. Yeah, no, I used to
There
get
was one-
zits around the inner thigh. It's weird because they would be these giant, like, nearly dime-sized things. Anyways, you were saying?
Oh, I also got one. You know where they usually draw blood on the arm?
Yeah.
Like in between the crease of your elbow? There was, a zit there. I popped it and it was purple for a few months. It's kind of purple.
I was born for challenges such as these.
Plug in my USB.
At last we win. Those beasts were tenacious.
Yeah, have you ever gotten one there?
What's up?
Have you ever gotten one where I talked about?
Inner thigh?
No, the like crevice between your elbow.
You mean, like, the crook of your elbow? Like, right in here?
Or I need to look at the. Yeah, right there.
Hmm.
Like I popped it and it was purple for a few months. It's still kind of purple.
Those ones I never pop, I'll do something called scratching. Like, I'll sit and slowly, like, work my nail over it, not really putting any pressure. What that'll do is slowly remove the debris over the head and remove the membranous tissue so that when you press down slightly around it with 2 fingers, it just goes... By the way, can you tell I had acne as a fucking teenager?
Yeah.
There we go. That felt a little like fucking the enemy in the head.
Mark some locations on our map. I have seen how humans forget things.
Maybe just through the strip or something.
It might not be stripped, it might just need to be loosened. Which, if that is the case, it'll require something like that in the Like, I'm assuming they're not stripped, but you can't get them out? Or are they just straight up stripped? Okay, then they may be... You were saying the toy looked like it was old, yeah? It looked dusty? There's a good chance that means it needs to be, like, oiled. Because plastic bonds to metal eventually. You need something to kind of grease the inside between the threading. Huh.
Oh, I hate those screws. What's even worse are the ones that are like triangle-shaped holes, and they're like deep down inside of the toy.
I actually prefer the weirdly shaped ones, honestly. You know why?
Why?
Because if you have the bit for them, they're much easier to get out than a normal, like,
Will
screw.
you remember all the locations of the treasures? Let us mark some of them on our
Yeah,
map.
but you have to buy a specialized screwdriver for that.
No, you just need the necessary bit. I can get a 3-point bit over at, like, Home Depot for $2.
I wish I had the patience to shave my entire body.
Hmm?
Like, I see all these people out there who, like, all these guys out there who have, like, completely shaved bodies. I wish I had the patience for that.
get people who do that. Like, 100% I don't. I mean, I know it's occasionally one of those things you do as a swimmer. But, like, beyond that, I don't see the point in it. And yes, I know there are some people that, like, have an actual fear of, like, body hair. Again, I don't get it. I do not understand it.
I'm just kind of feminine. That's like
Nothing wrong with that.
the past few years I've been told not to do it because I'm not a swimmer.
So, if you want to do it, do it. I'd say good on you. Just make sure you get a good razor, because razor burn on your legs sucks. Especially if you have to wear pants that day.
Friction.
Yeah. Have you? Okay, so you know what razor burn is at least, yes?
It's like you get a cut on your skin from a razor.
You get microscopic, like hundreds of little microscopic cuts. It's usually what happens when there's like a imperfection in the blade, and there's like a tiny nick or a tiny like chunk of the metal that's out of place. Because it'll create these super tiny, like tiny cuts that will just aggravate the fuck out of you the entire day. Now imagine that, but on your legs, all over your legs, and having to wear something like dress pants.
Friction.
Like, I've had to do that. It is so very not fun.
Were you a swimmer at some point?
No, I was a cross-dresser. What, do you think these hairy fucking legs would look good in a miniskirt?
Fair enough. I'm just saying fuck it for the night when it
Will
comes
you
to
remember all
my
the
game.
locations of the treasures? Let us
Yeah.
mark some of them on our map.
I've been trying to focus on these video games for like 4 weeks.
Okay, when do you need them done by?
Well, 2 of them were already. I'm previewing fun. I spend so long trying to just think about focusing, then I end up not focusing.
Fuckers finally gave up. Doink.
Damn and blast! There's something in the ground here. Metallic, dense, but I can't get to it. Thelos
The link
knows
is
I've
being
tried,
adorable.
but it's like there's a repelling force surrounding it. It's pushing me away when I get close, like Warnblade. Huh? The bruises are becoming quite apparent now,
And wholesome
so
for
I'll
us, which
think
is
I'll
a
stop.
pleasant surprise.
Maybe if I built a lever system to pry it out, with myself as the counterweight, I'd need to take on a few pounds.
You know?
Yes, but I wasn't trying to talk during dialogue.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were in dialogue.
No worries. It was a character with a high-pitched voice, so your voice actually got drowned out. Through most of the times, like, you were talking at the same time. So I could hear her better than I could hear you. You were saying Dylan's being wholesome?
Yeah, and adorable.
I mean, he's usually adorable, but he's almost never wholesome. Also, I need to point out, razor burn on your legs is bad. Razor burn on your taint is literal torture.
I would never take a razor to my taint.
There are times when I have had to be utterly fucking hairless. And my taint gets hairy. There's a reason I'm typically a utility top and very seldom actually a bottom. And yes, that's a phrase you're never gonna be able to unhear.
This is a PG-13 stream, right?
Not necessarily, it's not adult-oriented, but understand, my streams specifically are not PG-13. Never have been, never will be. They're not adult, but they're not kid-friendly. So, think of it this way. My channel is rated R. I just have the misfortune of some kids actually watch my fucking content. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can be wholesome occasionally. I'm usually not wholesome.
I mean, I'm literally saying amorous on my channel, so it's like... minor stay away.
Ooh, I almost got that wrong. Like I almost didn't hit that timer.
Ooh. I haven't streamed in... How long has it been now?
A bit. You do realize, though, most streamers don't stick to a, like, strict schedule. The only reason I do is because it helps me mentally.
Yeah, it feels like kind of a job, doesn't it? Like a good job?
Huh?
Feels kind of like a good job, doesn't it?
Kinda.
Like a career, I'd say.
Wait. Okay, brain shut off for a second. What were we talking about?
Your streaming being helpful for you.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a career.
I mean, you do realize it's a business. I don't mean that as a joke either on YouTube once you get to a certain point. Understand, this channel is under my name as a sole proprietorship. This is a literal business. I don't know if you realize this, but I'm effectively working as an online entertainer by trade. One of the reasons why I keep reminding people that, you know, if you keep screwing content creators over the way you have been, i.e., like, best example I can give, the big high-end, high-name, or high, like, popularity, big-name fucking YouTubers, all seem to really love fucking ad blockers. Because, for them, it's not gonna fuck with their channels. Smaller content creators who are under 10,000, Yeah, when I first entered the partner program, I was getting like, say like $40, $50, $60 a month. I was getting paid multiple times a year. Now I get paid maybe once a year. All because the ad revenue crap has gone down. Because people use ad blockers. Like, I don't know if you know this. Each one of those ads, somebody actually paid something to the tune of like 12 cents per ad. Per, like, viewing of the ad. So let's say they want it to appear 10,000 times across, let's say, a week. So, you know, like, say, political ads. 3 cents an ad. 10,000 ads. That's $3 grand. I think. I'm bad with math. It's either 300 or $3 grand. I don't know if... I don't know the number of zeros. But, actually, hold on. This is a thing that most people don't realize. I do study quite a bit. I am very much and have been always a very academically minded individual. So, if I wasn't high right now, it would probably be much easier. No, it's $300. So, for it to appear 10,000 times, that means 10,000 times a single ad runs once, whether it gets skipped or not. Across all of YouTube is $300. You know how many ads most advertisers buy? Millions. So each time one of those little ads runs, I get 70% of what is effectively 3 cents. Given the fact that I get thousands of views across the entirety of the channel, my watch time hours are excessively high across the entire channel. And I effectively average through stream, depending on how many people are watching, let's say there are 5 people right now watching, each time an ad pops up, that means one has popped up for pretty much each and every one of you within a 30-second time frame. Streams bring me in a couple bucks per stream. Usually. If the ads run. But if the ad doesn't run, nothing happens. There have actually been some advertisers, depending on, like, what they put their ads into or what they opt their ads into, who have had the issue of ad stagnation, which is they paid for, like, 3 million ads. It's been 3 months, and it's only... the ad has only been seen, like, 600 times. By the way, hey Johnson, I mean, at least that's good. Why does that look like there's just a random chest out in the middle of the fucking channel? That would be why it's a heaver! Fuck me!
I was gonna say,
Look that wraith return to dust. Shatter it.
Can you with me? I'm not kidding. Just get it up.
Oof! I timed that so very wrong.
I apologize for any noise. I'm currently playing this way like I was asked to do it 2 hours ago.
Fuck you, creature.
Is it dead?
It's very dead.
Alright, did you hear what I was saying though?
Who's that?
Oh, if there's any background noise, it's because I'm doing the dishes. I was asked to about 2 hours ago and I forgot.
I mean, at least you're doing it now. I'd say mute yourself because it is coming over pretty loud.
Okay.
And you're... Oh, no. Damn. It's only 8. We still got an hour left of stream. Holy dickfuckle. Jesus fuck! Hey, Brady. No. I just absolutely fucked those enemies' days up. Also, Huggle the Wolf. Numb. Well, that should be
I
easy.
was born for challenges such as these. Such sweet victory. I look forward to the next.
Ooh. That felt good. Yeah. Now my question is it actually possible to get up there? Feels like it should be possible. I think I just found, like, the only area that might theoretically have a way up.
Okay, I'm done putting this away.
Oh, ooh.
I've been singing the Beatles quietly to myself the entire time.
Which one? Like, which song?
I'm trying to remember. It's, I Feel Fine.
I think this is the one
Caroline.
that got Walker.
That thing died remarkably quickly.
Do we have any here?
Who are you talking about?
Brady.
Oh, no, Brady comes by every now and then. They've actually been well, I guess you could say a longtime fan of Frost's work. Yeah.
Like ever since you introduced me to the channel.
Oh, I think it was closer to when he started doing memes. Oh god. Here we are. God, so am I, yeah.
You like almost blew up my eardrum.
For the what?
For some reason your mic just got like super loud.
Oh. Oh, whoa. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's fine now. I forgot my loofah at Joey's house.
Better to forget your loofah than your lube.
Shut.
What? Did you forget you get picked on occasionally if you're in stream?
Yeah. At least I'm not on Nexus level of getting picked on.
Not many people can get to next level of getting picked on.
About a time.
Fuck you to Wraiths! So I am missing just one anvil from this area.
Is this the type of game where you break pots and stuff for treasure?
No. You open chests.
My sand skin can protect you when the enemy is about to strike.
Night, Johnson.
Hi, Johnson. Nom nom. Oof! I singled that poor crab.
Did I ever tell you the story about how I was scared to eat a crab?
Hmm?
I ever tell you how I was scared to eat a crab?
Why?
They have 8 legs.
That is adorable. Understand, I've fucking actually, I don't know if you would be able to stomach that.
My imagination's wild, but let's go.
Do you know when it comes to preparing crabs, do you know what popping the top means?
No.
It is the humane way to kill a crab before you cook them. You grab them by 4 legs in one hand, 4 legs in the other, facing down, smack the top of their head into a table with enough force to pop effectively the top half of their shell off, and yank out their brain, their guts, and their heart. All in one move. It just comes out with the top of the shell.
At least it's humane.
Yeah. Also has the odd sound almost like somebody's leg shattering.
Here's the weird thing. I'm not scared of, like, hermit crabs, not horseshoe crabs. They're kind of creepy.
Horseshoe
not
crabs are
scared.
kind of cute.
They're cute. They look like horseshoes, but, like, their legs are just weird.
If you want to know the one you gotta be scared of, that's fucking coconut crabs.
Are those, like, the deep sea ones?
No. Coconut crabs are the one that can split a human skull open with their fucking claws. They're literally called coconut crabs because they will climb coconut trees, cut a coconut in half, and eat the insides of it. They can also snap down almost fast enough to sever a limb.
I'm looking this up. Hold on.
Look it up. Coconut crabs are fucking terrifying. Like, they are fucking crazy strong.
Apparently, the biggest crabs in the world may have eaten Amelia Earhart.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if there were man-eating crabs.
Let's talking about coconut crabs.
Mm-hmm.
They look like that crab from Moana.
Kinda, yeah. However, the one that you would probably be the most afraid of, but I actually want to eat the most. Like, I've never once gotten to try them. They are a regional delicacy of Japan. And apparently they're one of the most delicious forms of fucking crab out there. And I can't for the life of me remember them, but I think they call them sea spiders.
Oh, spider crab.
They're the ones that look like a daddy long legs the size of a fucking cow.
I watched the Octonauts and they were on there. Do you remember Octonauts? Do you remember the TV show Octonauts?
Ooh, ooh. Hey lady, can I play with your face?
You know, I'm looking at pictures of spider crabs right now, and they're terrifying, yes, but like...
Could you imagine
same
having
time-
to go and catch one?
I'd probably piss myself.
I mean, upside is you'd be underwater, so no one would really notice. True?
On the downside, most of my internal organs, including my heart, would come out.
I mean, if that happens when you piss, there is definitely more wrong than you are assuming.
Nah, I'm just gonna like
Don't
shit
worry.
my guts out.
Give me 30 minutes, I need to pee. Why does it take you 30 minutes to pee? Because I have to stuff my internal organs back in every time. What do you mean? Everything just kind of sprays out.
Just imagine having liquid organs.
I mean, did you know frogs can throw their stomach up to clean it?
I thought so, yeah. Spider crabs are fucking terrifying. But on the bright side, for the Octonaut show, they made them so adorable.
I forgot that those were a thing.
That cute animated show from like 2010.
Which one?
Octonauts.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about Octonaut.
Oh. Imagine the meat you could get from a spider crab.
Oh god, yeah. A singular spider crab has enough meat in it to feed like 2 or 3 people.
Apparently they're like endangered or something.
Yep. That's actually one of the reasons why they are illegal to get out, or they're illegal to try to get outside of Japan. However, there is one way to get a hold of them.
What's that?
There's a group in Japan that actually farms the bastard. Occasionally, like, they're trying to effectively restock the populace, if you get my drift. But how they do it is effectively, if any of the creatures they've been, you know, helping to breed, say, dies of natural causes, or let's say they're incapable of, like, caring for themselves, that's edible. Plus, they also apparently have a thing where they effectively get to cull what they need. So you can still technically get to the meat. You just have to effectively go to a place in Japan.
Yeah, I plan on going to Japan anytime soon.
Oof. Oof!
That's a mega oof. But no. Joey and I's ex, he was like, I want to move to Japan. I'm like, and now knowing what I know, it's like, no, you don't.
No, you don't want to move to Japan. You want to visit Japan. Because you
Like-
are a weeb and you think it is the, best country. Guaranteed you don't want to move there!
First off, you're white as shit. Second, you're a femboy. I don't think that's allowed there.
In Japan? Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is? Well, good thing I didn't tell him that.
Understand, Japan is remarkably open when it comes to pretty much anything sex. They couldn't give a fuck less culturally if you are the biggest fucking flamer out there. You could straight up be the gayest man alive if you are, of that culture. It would not matter. Understand, Japan romanticized gay relationships back in the fucking, feudal era.
Well, they got one thing going. Huh?
What you'd be thinking of is probably China or Korea, because both had a problem with it up until, very, very recently. Not like, it's illegal for you to be this way, but more accurately, it was kind of like, don't understand, don't care, just fucking stop. It was seen as a, socially stigmatized thing.
Are you talking about South Korea?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's put it this way: it's the one that's not that's not under a dictatorship. So yeah, no. Until I believe 2005, they weren't really okay with gay folks. It was not considered socially acceptable, but it also wasn't like you're not allowed to be this way kind of thing. No?
Yeah. Because when I heard that, when you said that they were homophobic, I was like, that's gotta be worse, right?
No, China for the longest time and up until very, very recently, they were not okay with homosexuals. It was stigmatized the hell so much that let's put it this way. Up until about 2010, if you were openly gay in that country, your coworkers would probably beat the shit out of you in a locker room or something. It was so heavily stigmatized because it was seen as a disease.
Sounds like the U.S. until the 80s.
Try the U.S. up until the 50s, when the acceptance movement started, probably late 50s, early 60s, when the real, sexual renaissance started here in this country. I believe, wasn't it 60, Hold on, when was Stonewall? Now, Stonewall was actually late. When was, when did the gay rights movement in the U.S. start? Correction, it apparently began in the 20s!
Today I was procrastinating in Photoshop class, and I stumbled upon like pictures of like the 1800s, 1920s of like gay men.
Nice.
Yeah,
Which procrastinating? Home face.
numb face. It went from the teacher saying, "Okay, find a statue of someone. It's bring the deceased to life," which was, find like a statue of someone who was alive at one point and make them look alive again.
Huh.
Or you could use a torn photo of someone and like recolor it or whatever.
Colorizing is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Or it was like you could touch up the photo so it's not ripped anymore.
Huh.
Because we learned how to do that. Well, I was like, okay, I'll look at statues. And you know, they're all nude. So I scrolled through. And I was like, you know what?
Don't mind me
reason...
just scrolling through the news.
So I'm just scrolling through.
We have gathered many
realized,
objects in our path.
You know what?
It could be a good time to
Maybe
look at them and see what they
pictures will
do.
work. And that was like, okay. Oldest pictures known to man. And there's these like black and like these blurry photos from like 20 something. Right? And then I'm like, okay. Pictures of oldest people alive. And then it was like, okay, I'm explaining my mind process right now. And then it was a picture of Hiroshima showed up. So I then went into a YouTube and started watching a documentary about recoloring and resurfacing and re-editing a picture of Hiroshima.
Oh,
And then it led to me looking up Hiroshima and like aftermath photos and stuff because I was genuinely curious because I haven't seen that much about it.
yeah.
The pictures, they must have had safe search on or something because the pictures I saw weren't that graphic.
Well, I mean, are we talking Hiroshima after the blast?
Yeah.
It's not that graphic because pretty much everything where the bombs hit was vaporized.
Yeah.
That and reporters back in that era would occasionally, you know, try not to make their, you weren't going to show super graphic shit back then to the public. So even in, like, the news that you would go to for the truly graphic, like, information, you still would get something that by today's, by today's comparison would be beyond tame. Understand, I watched a man literally detonate a bomb and blow himself the fuck to literal human ribbons on local news. Something like that would not be allowed, like, ever back at the 1800s. Like even, like, 1890s.
Yeah, I'm talking about 1945 right now, but yeah.
Even then, it's 1945 was still the same thing. They weren't allowed to show you super graphic detail of, like, say, the aftermath of a natural disaster until, like, 1950s, like late 1950s, early 1960s. Like, straight up, the FCC would get beyond pissed at you if you even tried.
Was the excuse the children were watching or something? Or was
No,
it
the
wrong?
excuse was the average person couldn't bear the sight of it without becoming disturbed. What that means is, hey, if we show people this, we're effectively risking giving them the kind of the shell shock that our soldiers are coming home. And realistically, back then, yeah, it would traumatize people so badly if they had seen it. It'd probably wind up with shell shock.
I guess we're desensitized now.
Big time. Understand, we have had a culture for so long of, like, extreme violence in this country that it's not even funny. Understand, our country was born of war. And the number of warmongers we have had in office, like, we have been in so many fucking scenarios where we have effectively been expected to be the world police, just for the fact that, you know, America.
You are weakened. You should take care of yourself.
I ended up going on like an blaming. This was earlier on that Facebook account, and I ended up going upon an image claiming that the Titanic didn't sink; it was its sister ship.
It was what?
Its sister ship.
One more time.
The sister ship.
The sister ship to what?
Titanic.
What about it?
Apparently, the Titanic isn't the thing that they found in the movie. That's their theory.
Huh?
Some Facebook theory is that they didn't find the Titanic in the 1980s. They found the Britannica, or like the Olympic.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm like, bullshit.
I'm sorry, with the submersible footage that's been seen of the wreckage, we can tell it was the Titanic.
You are rich
One of the
with
theories that they
resources.
flipped out the wreckage.
We
And I'm
should
like,
use
how would
them
they
to
manage to do
strengthen
that
our
without the
essence
ship falling
stones
apart?
or fuse new
Yeah,
ones?
no, that's why I don't typically listen to anything conspiracy theorists have to say, is because they're usually batshit fucking. Understand? I've known conspiracy theorists. I have never known a sane conspiracy theorist. Then again, hey, by the way, you remember the other Jackie, the one that, you know, straight up abducted my ass? Yeah. Back in junior high, me and them used to sit and... I had studied the military side of the, like, conspiracies for Area 51. I kind of knew what it was because me and my granddad had been there. Like, he had clearance to go there occasionally. Groom Lake specifically, or rather its outer section. We were never allowed in the hangars or in... or on the, like, tarmac, but we were capable of going. Meanwhile, Jackie had this conspiracy theory that it was a alien, alien containment facility of some kind. I'm sitting here just going, it's gonna be funny watching you find this out later in life. Oh, you can take fall damage. I love the sound of taking fall damage. Instead of, like, shattering bone or fucking, squishing flesh, all you hear is bleh!
I can't hear the game audio. I can only hear you because I don't want to have feedback.
Yeah.
I don't have left ear and then like my headset with the top mode. Have you ever realized that Neil Patrick Harris is a really good villain?
Wait, what?
Sorry, my brain. Have you ever heard of Neil Patrick Harris?
Doogie Howser. Yes, I've heard.
Okay. Well, he plays some pretty good and pretty funny villains.
Yes, he does. One of my favorites so far being the, I believe he was actually credited as the nomadic douchebag in Harold and Kumar's, in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Or it was one of the Harold and Kumar ones. I don't know if it was Goes to the White Castle, but he was actually listed as the nomadic douchebag because he fucking straight up, in multiple of their movies, steals their car.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen like the filmography and stuff. Okay.
Are you a decent, like, Doctor Who fan? Like, do you like it?
Which version?
Classic Who?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen all of them, but
Have you seen the new specialist?
no. Correction, I've seen all of them up to a certain season. Because, I'm sorry, the minute they started getting preachy in Doctor Who was about the time I stopped. That was like 8 years, or maybe not even 8 years ago.
Yeah. One of
No, it
Joey's
was
main
less than
issues-
that, because I think it was around 2019.
Yeah, one of Joey's main issues with the new Doctor Who, like the Disney Plus Doctor Who, is like the first couple episodes they referred to the Doctor as like stupid because he was a man.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons why I stopped watching, was because I saw that happening. Also, I gave up on Disney Plus a long time. Like, I gave up on Disney a long time ago, weirdly. Like, I love their stuff. I really do. There are some movies that will come out that I will eventually see. I'm not actively trying to give them more money. Or a steady flow of money anymore. Because, nah. I'm sorry. You 3 separate times had the fucking audacity to go, "You're not paying enough, we need more." Then
Not to mention-
put ads into a policy, or not policy, into a plan that initially did not have ads, then asked for more money, and then did the same thing, demanding more money. And when everybody just kind of bitched, they had that issue of,
Well, if you're not going to give us more money, we'll put in shit tons of ads.
yeah, did you know Disney Plus, unless you're paying like $18 a month, is like an ad every 30 seconds. Unskippable, pretty much all of them. Like, I started paying, like, at $7. They suddenly bumped it to 16 and added ads if you were paying 16. And I was like, fuck this.
Did you hear about the woman who died? And then they're like, "Oh, you can't sue us." You had to
Yeah, no, that's another reason why I gave up on them, like, acting human in any way.
I think they need a new CEO.
I think they need more than just a new CEO. I think they need a new everything. Because I'm sorry, it seems like everyone at Disney right now has the mentality of money is the only thing in life that is important. Fuck everything else. Sorry, okay, so understand. When I was younger, I boycotted fucking Warner Brothers. Now I prefer fucking Warner Brothers over goddamn Disney because at least they're goddamn honest.
I've always liked Warner Brothers.
Oh, you should hear about some of the shit that happened back in the early 90s.
Is it stuff you can say on screen?
Yeah. Let's say one of which was they almost entirely fucked over most of their animators back in the early days of, like, when the Animaniacs was still new, strictly because they didn't want to have to pay for, like, health insurance for any of their animators. They didn't want to have, they tried to effectively claim if you were doing animation that you couldn't be paid more than effectively a part-time job and would never be able to get full benefits.
Animating is a full-time job, though. Animating is a full-time job, though.
Yes. But they wanted to pay them, like, part-time and not give them health or medical or any other kind of insurance and just effectively pay them, like, part-time while keeping them on 70-hour work weeks. They were effectively treating them like slaves. Right up until the artists and, or not artists, the animations, or the animators strike back in 94, I think? Let's put it this way, there's actually a huge chunk of time where the Animaniacs, I think the 3rd season of it, did not actually progress because no one was there to fucking, like, draw it.
The writers of Animaniacs should have, like, made an episode about that. That would have been funny.
They did.
Oh, they did?
They effectively, made a song and dance routine, I believe, that effectively boiled down to a very, very child-friendly version of almost the same song, or the same song concept, as Fellas at the freaking FCC. The only difference was, instead of it, you know, them ranting in the song about stop censoring people. It was more actually pay people what they're fucking worth, or don't expect to have people working for you.
You know, Walt Disney had a giant walkout.
I mean, Walt Disney had multiple walkouts in his career, mostly because the dude was a raging fucking racist. And on top of that, he was an asshole. Like, he's a great fucking animator. He's helped spearhead most of, like, what we know as cartoons today. But at the same time, he wasn't a nice person. Like, as a person, he was absolute fucking ass.
I liked watching his episode on the Jack Benny program.
Hmm?
Have you ever heard of the Jack Benny program?
No. Also, good night, Robert. Also, where is Nexus? Fuck.
Did he say he'd be in?
No, but I am a creature of habit. That's actually another reason why my doctors think I might be on the spectrum. Is because I am very much a creature of habit. If he doesn't show up by like 8:30, I tend to. Wait. Night, Robert. Nom nom nom. Oh, that explains. Apparently, he's had a shitty day at work. If you want to come in and vent, you can come in and vent. Bustin' gar underground, I don't think that's where I should be. Hold on. Nope, that's where I'm supposed to go. Oh well. Oh well.
Apparently a local theater has bed bugs.
That's disgusting.
It glows just like the convent.
Yeah, and apparently a
Seems
poster
dangerous.
on Facebook
Or powerful.
confronted them about it at the front desk, and it was like, their response was, okay. And they then denied having them. That right there shows me they don't care about, you know, being a business. Because if they cared about keeping their money at all, keeping their customers at all, they'd inspect it.
First, we need to improve the gauntlet to be able to crush this.
Okay, so I can't crush those. It's good to know. Ow. Oh my god, my thigh!
Nexus?
Hi, Nexus!
Rough day?
Yes.
It was just me and one other person. I ran the kitchen by myself.
Cool, that's one of those I would have walked out. I keep telling you, you need to do that one of these days.
Oh, I have tomorrow off, and I swear to God, if I go in fucking Friday and nothing's done, I'm fucking on it.
Yeah, don't even take the time to quit. Like, don't even, like, make them fire you.
I will.
It's just, if you get in and nothing is done, look to everyone that is there, other than the manager, effectively. And just say, I'm leaving. If you want to come with me, we'll put up a sign, walk the fuck out.
It's literally our cashier, who is only scheduled for today, because, frankly, they are very unprofessional. Customers actually complain very much about them because they tend to curse the customers out. I don't know why he's still there, but he called off today. Then we went down the list and everyone had plans.
Okay.
So,
With so many new people.
not only that, but I was left with practically nothing. What I mean by practically nothing is when morning shift left, there was no meat in the hot castle for the burgers. There was no taco meat. And, stuff like that. So I was breaking my back to try and get the prep done while also taking orders since I'm the only one in the kitchen. Fine. And I don't know what was wrong with the customers today. I don't know if they were having a bad day. I hope their day gets better or got better. But just it seems like almost everyone was just in a bad mood today. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And I
Something
think
like that happened.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
Nope, you first.
Oh, it was gonna be a story about my work.
Go for it.
Alright, let's just say it.
Okay. Well, earlier this year, like, one of our managers, she left for the season for college or whatever. But before that, she came in the morning expecting to have people coming in. No one showed up. When the owner walked by, she was like, "Hey, can you help me with this?" And he was like, he said something along the lines of pretty much like, "No." Well, first he walked by, didn't acknowledge her. Then he walked back again and like was like, he gave like an excuse of like, I think it was either,
Please, guide us to peace.
oh yeah, it was,
Guide us.
no, because
back, my
he
friend.
said that she only had like 2 people in line when in reality
Can
she
I
had
see
like
your wares?
7.
Toys. Right now, I'd be paying most for rare and old toys.
Wow. This is back when you were a barista, I want to say.
Oh, I still am, but yeah.
Oh, you still are. Okay.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, how is your new job?
It's good. I've had it since like early this
What a
year,
great
but
choice.
I only work 1 day a week. It's 20 an hour because of something called Halloween weekends. You know, working in an amusement park, it becomes horror themed in the fall.
I would buy this myself. You have a keen eye, my friend.
All right.
But yeah, oh, I have a few stories, but next is what were you gonna say?
I've already forgotten, but that might be because well, let's just say I needed something to help relax.
I'm sorry, I was trying to do a Mario impression and my voice just cracked.
Blink. Oh, kid. And whoever else is interested, so y'all know I play Cyberpunk Red, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've decided I'm
Step
no
aside.
longer going to pull an Agent Smith. I'm gonna do something a little different. I have decided that I, in fact, am going to pull a Skynet. Listen, I've realized I've kind of indirectly became the antagonist of this game, so you know what?
The difference between that is?
Brothers, sisters,
Skynet is, if I remember correctly, and please do correct me if I'm wrong, which I know you will. Kill all humans, machines reign supreme.
No. Skynet is a ruling power where Agent Smith is effectively an omniscient power. The reason being, Agent Smith can take over so many people, effectively replicating his mind, all of which are connected to the singular, the core, the center of the hive. So anything any of them perceive from any direction, he's perceiving in his own head. In real time.
What if I combine the two?
Skynet has soldiers. Agent Smith has telepathic clones.
Oh, Nexus. Another story. Customer service, isn't it fun?
I don't know. Am I servicing the customer, or am I servicing the customer? Because sometimes I would really love to service the customer. Very much with a can of Crisco and a spiked glove.
But no, it's okay. So, like I said, theme park, right? Hotel at a theme
The time
park,
to strike is near.
and
We stand ready.
pretty much we get a lot of
I must make
people
haste.
who, you know, can afford to blow $400 a night. Well,
Please, after a statement like what I made earlier, don't phrase it as people who can blow anything. Because now all I can think of is, yep, I can blow quite well too.
I was about to say, kid, control your cravings.
Right now the only thing I want to eat is rope. Actually, that's a lie.
Yeah,
There's
fair.
a fucking burger I'm getting after stream that I really, really want to try.
Oh, you said crow. Okay.
Get in here.
No. Dude, the two boys keep their heads through the sand area again. Hey,
That
you
beast,
got free cake
it
pops?
is healing the other race. We cannot allow this.
Did you just say free cake pops or? I didn't quite hear what you said there.
Yeah, they said free cake pops. They were asking for free cake pops. And they kept repeating it. Eventually, the supervisor, the same one who worked as well, he gets tired of shit pretty easily.
Reminds me of my own boss.
This is the first time I noticed it. She figured out, she was like, we don't have anything free here. She left out the fact that you can get free water. And she's like, please get your heads out of the syrup area. It's unsanitary. And it's like, our heads aren't in the syrup area. See? Where our heads aren't in the syrup area. And it's like, they are. Get your heads out of the syrup area now. You can get something, or you can leave. Or I can call security. So they leave. Well, a few hours later, they come back. They actually have money to pay for something this time. They got the money out and everything. And it's 3 boys this time. One of them who seems to be really chill.
Huh. Okay. And yes, Aiden.
And pretty much, they're arguing with each other. Like, 2 of the boys are, I think. Are arguing each other over who's going to choose. Because, you know, we got a right wing on the top. Well, our manager's like, I'm choosing this man. And I think she gets pretty fed up with them arguing with each other. And she's pretty fed up with them in general, frankly. And one of them went, who the fuck do you think you are? Yeah. Security was called, and they were talking to on the beach for about 30 minutes. I made them their drinks. The one guy was pretty much like trying to dissociate himself from them in any way possible. But all 3 of them ended up getting talked to.
Yeah. Also, hey Aiden, did he pick up something like my holy fuckle or something like that?
I hope it's nothing I've said.
More than likely not.
Is it more about the repetition?
Yeah. That's disturbing. A kid that young shouldn't know what hate is. Well, I mean, realistically, it might be his teacher teaching him these, you know, phrases and what they mean. Which, if that is the case, then it is literally a case of his teacher teaching him to hate, or teaching him
Mark
what
some
hate
locations
means.
on our map.
That's
I
going
have
to be
seen how
both
humans
hilarious and
communicate.
fucking annoying at the same time. Chances are, though, it could also be a case of it got picked up on, like, the playground. Okay. Then that means it has become your job to teach him what that means, and that word is a mean word. More than likely, he picked it up from, like, another student at his school.
My dad was a little kid back in, like, the 70s, early 80s. And, his dad was from down home in Maryland, you know? And, pretty much, they got into an argument, and my dad said, "I hate you." He realized what he said, and his dad chased him around the entire house. He hid under a table. His dad was waiting at the other end of the stairs, grabbed him legs first from under the table, held him up, and spanked him.
Yeah.
He didn't do it again, I don't think.
Yeah. Usually teaching through pain has that effect of they don't do it again. That said, it can also be overused and misused that leaves a scar. Oh god, it's here and I don't think I have time. Actually, I don't, because this is where we're leaving off. So, if you enjoy the gameplay or the commentary, give us a like. If you want to keep up with this or any of our other content, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Become part of our notification squad so you can see when we upload and when we go live. And I just realized they haven't swapped that out this month yet.
Oh shit, I'm bleeding.
But until next time, this is fuck it! Nom nom all of the faces. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Alright, I'll be back. I need to take care of this blood, because this is quite a bit of blood.
Go deal with your weirdness.
I will, 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 I will.
You realize we're not off air yet.
Yeah, I do. That's why I'm not saying anything else.
I know, but that was still adorable. Nom nom nom.
Oh no.